Hello, Elisa Teach Out here. And these last few videos, we've been talking about motivation. And this video is about the simple change that took me out of a 6 month period of never practicing, not even once, for 6 months. This is while I was an adult. I had a master's degree in music performance, so I had a proven record of practicing several hours a day. And it's not like I didn't want to practice. So why wasn't I? The problem was I had moved into a new 2 bedroom apartment and I put all my instruments in the second bedroom. Do you see the problem? When I would come home from work, I would walk into my apartment and see the TV. Naturally, I would want to relax. When it was time for bed, I went into the bedroom. As for the second bedroom, the door was closed. There was no reason for me to go in there. If you have ever heard the expression out of sight, out of mind, this completely applied to my situation. It didn't take me long, well, 6 months, to realize I needed to redesign the layout of the apartment. Now, if you've ever been to my current home, you know that when you walk in the door, there are instruments everywhere. This is a subtle but powerful reminder to me. We've been talking about motivation in the last few videos. Today, I wanted to talk about how the simple logistics of your home can have an impact on your child's motivation to practice during the week. So, number one, where is your piano or keyboard? Like me, is it hidden in a closet buried underneath a bunch of stuff? I imagine that almost no one will go to the trouble of practicing in that scenario. Consider putting your piano or keyboard somewhere your child will see it every day. By the way, putting the piano in a prominent area of your home also shows how important it is to you. Remember relatedness from a few videos ago? Relatedness means it's important to the people that you care about. Okay, number two. Is your piano or keyboard set up so it's comfortable to play on? Sometimes in Zoom lessons, I see kids with their keyboard on a desk or a table that is too high for them, so they have to stand up to play. Or they're sitting in an armchair that restricts movement and forces wrists and elbows in an awkward position for playing piano. Or there's poor lighting that makes it difficult to read the music. Now, it's okay if you're just getting by, but consider that your child may not practice as often or as long if it's tiring and uncomfortable to play. If you can, consider purchasing a keyboard stand, piano bench, or a footstool if your child can't reach the ground. And if making any purchases isn't in the cards right now, be creative and resourceful. See if you can use what you have to design a piano setup that is comfortable. Sometimes you can find pillows, boxes. Really, you can be creative and you don't need to spend a lot of money. Feel free to ask me any questions about what to look for or send me a picture of your setup so I can give you recommendations. I am here to help, not to judge. If you have an acoustic piano, another part of being comfortable practicing is keeping it regularly tuned and sounding its best. Remember when we talked about competence and feeling like you're good? No one really sounds good playing a piano that is severely out of tune. And when you maintain your instruments, that again shows that they're important to you. Just like there's a practice paradox, I often see a purchase paradox. Parents don't always want to invest money into something if they aren't sure their child will stick with it. But not having the proper equipment can really make playing the piano no fun, and your child quitting can become a self-fulfilled prophecy. So I would encourage you to do what you can. And remember, many of these things are inexpensive, and you can even sell them later if it comes to that. Number three, and I'm going to start with a disclaimer on this one. The disclaimer is that I am not a parent yet, so feel free to call me on BS if you like. So here's number three. Does your home environment support piano practice? You may not have to tell your child to practice piano if there's time built in the day for some wholesome activities. For example, having a playtime, quiet time, or no TV or tablet time built into each day might encourage your child to go to the piano or pick another highly engaging activity that we know is healthy. Remember autonomy? You can very sneakily encourage your child to choose piano if the alternative choice is to just be bored. And again, I'm not a parent, so if you feel like having a no TV time is going to cause a mutiny in your home, then I'll leave that to your judgment. But in conclusion, there are some simple things that I wanted to point out because, it even took me 6 months to realize that having my instruments in the second bedroom was killing my motivation. And just by simply moving them, Now the TV's in the second bedroom and the instruments are in the main room. And I tell you, when I see my instruments, right, walking into the house, like it makes me much more excited about practicing. So I just remember to do it. And I'm watching a lot less TV. So it's win-win. Interesting tidbit. If I even put the cover on my marimba, it has like a dust cover so the keys don't get dusty. If I even put the cover on, my practicing goes way down. So I just leave the cover off. That way I just walk up to it, I play it. Same thing with the piano. I don't put the key cover on. I just walk over and I play on it. Even having the key cover makes a big difference in the amount of time I spend practicing. So yeah, very simple, but very powerful. All right, well, take care. And if you have any questions, let me know. I know that if you have not ever played on the piano, you may not know the things to look for logistically. So keep in mind the things I said and definitely ask me any follow up questions that you have. All right, take care. Bye bye.